Battle not with monsters, lest ye become a monster. And if you gaze into the abyss gazes also into you. Revolution! I am so fucking stoked to play this game. Broken Sword Shadow Templars. It's probably in my... Definitely in my top 10, maybe in my top 5 favourite games of all time. Like, personally, the games that I really enjoyed and have really good memories playing. Even the... I think I've got a disc somewhere on a PS1 demo disc. Like, the trailer of the first game, and I fucking loved even the trailer. It was just so deep, and I loved the first... I played the first one. Completed the first one. Completed the second one, Smoking Mirror. And the third and the fourth, I played a little bit of the third, and went, what the fuck's this 3D shit? Pretty much. And I just went, no, this isn't my Broken Sword. I like, you know, this... Why you gotta move? Why does everything have to move to 3D? It's like, no, just stay at being like a 2D classic point and click. I like the aesthetics of it. And then from there, went to... Did I play 4? I'm just going to look now. Oh, this gunfight's going on.
We must go now. Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap.
No, didn't even bother with 4. In fact, I remember when 4 come out and went, that looks terrible.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly.
Xavier, the painting.
Grab the painting.
La maledicción. This way.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Senora,
I've been shot.
It is
Shot.
too
Shot.
late.
Shot.
Go.
Nicole!
Senor, in here.
Evil
Sir.
white man.
Of course.
Ah, Pelly.
Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move.
What the fuck? Oh, I just took a photo.
Monsieur, not la malédiction. Oh.
Oh!
Stay back.
Oh, this...
Once again, Paris
I'm not
has shown me
doing
the
any
dark
ISIS
side.
or L'Amour joke.
A brutal robbery.
Charlie Hebdo jokes.
Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together.
So just having to bump into Nico, like... I remember Nico was in the third one. I don't know what deal was in the fourth.
I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
Don't have much time. Let's look at the paintings.
The alarm still worked on that painting. I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded.
Yes, why hasn't it? Oh, that's my phone.
Just 90,000 for this one.
Uh-huh. Still
Another
works.
alarm working as it should.
Why didn't you work?
This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't. It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen. looked fine to me. That wasn't the reason the alarm didn't go off.
Text button works.
So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play.
Indeed. Mm-hmm.
I pressed the vibration detector pad. Nothing happened. I pressed the vibration detector pad. Nothing happened. I pressed the vibration detector pad. Nothing happened.
Oh look, there's a cut wire.
So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job.
The plot thickens. Someone's at my door. Excellent, my shipment of contact lenses. Right, let's carry on. So, this was an inside job, but the camera, surveillance camera?
With luck, the security camera had captured the robbery. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private.
Well, this is a crime scene now.
The door was locked with a keypad. If I wanted to get in there and look at the CCTV footage, then I'd need to find the number.
Henry's
The
body.
priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I didn't want to interfere.
How do you know he was Catholic? It's a bit presumptuous.
Poor guy. The priest was administering the last rites.
Let's go look at that fat guy past that. So yeah, you know what my problem was with the third and the fourth one was that the first two games, I mean, like, okay, look, they were both in the point and click style, and that's not to say that you have to stay to that.
The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it.
To that, oh, it's just
Well,
pizza.
no surprise there. Pizza.
I'm not saying
The
you have
guy
to
must have been hungry.
stay
There was only one slice left.
to that. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm not saying you have to stay to that genre. Well, you just drop the box on the floor. You're like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna leave that shit there. I'm not saying you have to stay to that exact same mechanic to interact with the gameplay. That sounded a bit too complex. That is to say that where like Fallout 1 and 2 were isometric shooters, and then Fallout 3 changed into this big open world thing. I'm not saying that Broken Sword should have stayed as a point and click adventure. It's just that when they made that transition to 3D, to trying to be this traditional adventure model, kind of like as well what they done with Monkey Island when that went 3D, it doesn't always work doing a 3D point and click because they can be irritating to navigate around. That's why I kind of like I mean, I think that was one of my problems with Grim Fandango back in the day, was that it was a lot of click the mouse, wait, click the mouse and wait. Whereas like with the new one, where I'm playing it on the console, I can just navigate around with my analog stick. You may be able to do that with the original PC one. I didn't have a game controller back in the day, so I was never too sure. So, and the thing is, well, so Broken Sword as well had this really great aesthetical style that I really liked. And what I'm seeing now with this is that it's still this kind of animated style that they've updated. They've visually improved on it, made it a bit graphically, you know, they've given it some graphical depth, I want to say, to the character models. And it just looks and feels a lot better. Why are you using your phone? Alright, so anyway, just going to check this alarm. Yeah, it's still working.
Another working. But why that? Why that particular?
Why that particular one? Clearly, you didn't see the cutscene beforehand.
It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead, but from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted.
Hello, Lane.
Lane had fainted. I was going to have to find a way to revive him.
Are we actually going to put...
In the pocket was a pair of nail clippers. They were monogrammed with the letters HL. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around.
Don't tell me we're going to do this. Don't.
Even unconscious, Lane's body reacted to food.
Wow.
Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring... I prodded Lane with the clippers. With all that padding, he didn't even feel it. It was going to take something stronger than pizza to wake Lane.
Some wine. More paintings.
As they say, every artist was first an amateur.
Oh, it's quite a nice sign.
The poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it. The poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it.
Alright, I don't touch it. Oh, it'll have some incense.
Excuse me, Father.
Finish that last rites?
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
Really?
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
La muerta.
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things.
The devil
And now,
delivers pizza?
I must pray.
Let us
One
pray.
minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next, I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest.
Now I can examine Henry's body.
In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within.
You old bull.
Poor guy.
Or maybe shut his eyes.
I always wondered who bought those white framed glasses. Now I knew. He definitely looked better. I put the glasses back where they were.
Yeah.
Best to leave the evidence the way I found it.
Including... Oh.
I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands.
No, but we'll take his perfume.
There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m. Be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note. A cryptic note in a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I definitely needed to check out that office. Poor Henri already stank of this stuff.
Alright, let's go give it to Lane. Oh, Lane.
Time to awaken the beast. What?
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted.
You fainted.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
Excuse me, Mr. Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Food. My nerves demand food.
Alright, there's your bloody pizza.
I found a slice of pizza.
In my pocket.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Oh my god, I remember
Afraid
that.
not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course, we worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
How long had you known him?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. And now the poor fellow has gone and got himself killed.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door. So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up. Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that. Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops are going to see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Damn right.
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you? I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code.
So let's just give up the door code, Mr. Lane.
An unusual painting turns up at your exhibition and gets stolen. Doesn't look good, does it?
And your point is?
The cops are going to ask some awkward questions. But you give me the code to the CCTV room, and I'll do my best to point them elsewhere.
I cannot let you into that room, Mr. Stobart. Besides, Henri found La Malédiction, not me. I had nothing to do with it.
I
Henri?
hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
This is an inside job for sure, Mr. Lane. The police are going to be very interested in your recent movements.
I've been out of town for several days, and last night I retired early.
How convenient.
Just saying.
You're not going to scare me into giving you that door code, you know.
I was onto something here, and I knew it. Lane was sweating. It wasn't pretty. How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
So I'll kick your
Guilty
face in.
by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from Paris for several days and only got back this morning. How could I have cut that wire?
With telekinesis.
How about some more of this?
I don't think so. As a cell volatile, it was acceptable. As a cologne, it would be barbaric.
Mr. Lane, this robbery is not going to reflect well on you.
As I said, I shall take my chances. You're not getting that door code.
So you'd been out of town and hit the sack early last night?
That's right. I've not been near the gallery for days.
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
And so I will until you give me the code.
By way of nail clippers.
Sheer fantasy. What possible motivation could I have to sabotage the alarm?
Delay the cops getting here. You right, priest?
Father?
Yes, my son.
Evil exhibition, conspiracy, cut wire, keypad.
What did you mean when you said that a great evil had taken place?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
What?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
Devils all around me.
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, "Stop the car, I want to get in."
What?
What does that mean?
We may never know.
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen.
I had to confront the evil.
What?
I think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
No, Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
A wire in the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Mr. Serpent. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No, but you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
Yeah,
With
could do
respect,
that.
Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution. What do you know about the man who painted La Maledictio?
El Serp. He was a man playing with fire. The fire of eternal damnation.
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
Well, what the hell we got here?
Do you recognize these?
Nail clippers. I'm not sure what your point is.
I'm not sure what my point is.
Hey, Father. How about a squirt?
I think not.
Alright, let's go. Let's
How
try
about it,
Lane
Mr.
once
Lane?
more.
Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from...
Is it the same? They're no longer greyed out.
Mr. Lane, this robbery is not going to reflect well on you.
As I said, I...
So, you'd been out...
That's right.
Should be greyed out because they look like they're the same again. Bust.
The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. I didn't want to knock it off.
No, let's.
I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad.
Something we're missing. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this on?
That wasn't worth trying.
No, I don't think so.
Someone had cut a wire and sabotaged the alarm. I didn't think there was any need to test another painting alarm.
Yeah, right.
It was clear that only one alarm had been sabotaged. I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. The door was marked private.
I can do my phone. Cool, Nico. Ha! It's doing it on my controller. So picking up.
Nico wasn't answering her phone. No surprise.
So look at his body again.
Poor Henri already stank of this stuff.
Well, I was going to try and give it him back.
I didn't need to look at the note a second time. It wasn't tough to remember. 2:30 p.m., be ready. I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands.
Do I go out?
The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. From out here, you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned. The room looked like some sort of office for the gallery. I could just see the glow of the CCTV monitor in the corner. You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style.
See where we can go. Le Lézard Bleu. Lettre color.
I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass. Excuse me.
Monsieur?
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
Yeah.
All property is theft, monsieur. And
Oh.
all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Yeah, keep your eyes off
That
her.
must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty.
Inherently unknowable.
The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
Monsieur Lane, really?
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh, yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After
Interesting.
midnight, for sure. If you see him, give him this bill and tell him to pay up next time.
Perfect.
The check was from last night. But Lane told me he was nowhere near the gallery. This could be the leverage I needed to get the office door code from Lane.
It will be.
What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusée.
So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic peddling meaningless aphorisms.
Nice.
Do you recognize these?
They are nail clippers.
Well done.
Would you like a squirt of this?
No.
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry. Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Cool. So we've got the receipt. We're going to do some damage with that. Let's go do some damage with the receipts and fuck up Monsieur Lane. So we'll come back and we'll do that in part 2. Stay tuned.